Do German expats who live in the US really miss Maika-Würstchen?
I wonder if northern Germans know Anjudler.
So I definitely have to get some Augustina. All Americans hated these because I had them at my birthday last time. These are life. Schokobananen.
It's kind of gross.
They are gross. Maggi-Würze. A lot of people would put that on top of everything. You know, when you move abroad and you live in the US so far away from home, the one thing that you really, really miss is gut und günstig. We are on the way to Jungle Gyms, which is, what do they call themselves? Like an international...
I was going to say, I think international market.
International market. So they have aisles and products from a lot of different countries from all over the world, including Germany. And also they just have so many products in general. And we're going there, me and Josh, who's driving. And we're going to show you the market and especially the German aisle, of course.
Yeah, I think people from all of the Midwest actually come here. Because there are only 2 locations, I think, 2 or 3 locations, and they're all here in Cincinnati.
Yeah, and they're not a chain, right? So it's
no, I mean they're a local chain.
yeah. So there's 2 locations.
Yeah, but
total,
I know
right?
that there are people from all over the Midwest who come to come check it out. It's kind of like a tourist destination, which is funny.
Look at the sky. So we're here and there's some nice jungle sounds in the background because we're at Jungle Gyms. Is it that the store is so big that you need a map for it?
Let's see, where did you come in?
I don't know. I can't read maps.
Oh, there we go. You are here. International will be up here to the right, so that's
Okay.
perfect.
Ooh, look at this. There's some Germany right here. Some Bavaria. There's some sauerkraut and red cabbage, and it's the real brand, or one of the real brands. Yeah.
Is that a normal thing?
Uh-huh.
I didn't know that. Is Rotkohl and Blaukraut the same thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Blaukraut is
It's
just
Bavarian, right?
a more southern term. Yeah. You can also say Rotkraut or Rotkohl. Yeah.
Okay.
So like Rotkohl is like the plant itself.
Yeah.
And then like Kraut is once it's like chopped up and cooked and stuff.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. How is there already all this German stuff right here? It's not
Maybe
even
because of Oktoberfest.
Ooh,
See, now I want to get some stuff.
Swiss. I mean,
I've made this
should I
before.
try this? It's by Maggi. Should I try this? I've tried the frozen cheese spätzle, Käsespätzle from Aldi. I'll try it too. We'll have to separate our stuff. Put mine up here. Ooh, there's also some more red cabbage.
We're hearing in paprika sauce.
Ooh, and hey, Zwieback with the real kid.
I don't know what Zwieback is.
Zwieback is like very, very crunchy toast, pretty much.
Okay.
But it's like
Is it orange?
not usually. I mean, maybe this is like an
Maybe. I don't know.
orange version of it, because like there's also Zwieback with like something on top, with like coconut flakes or something on top. But it's just super, super dry bread, pretty much. It's something that we eat when we have like digestion problems or something like
okay,
that, or
yeah.
a virus. Like you get your pretzels
Something easy to digest.
and Zwieback. Zwieback is like the #1 thing that I would eat.
Interesting.
Is this supposed to be German? Or is it
Yeah, I
just...
think so. Just like the hard bread.
Yeah.
I'm sure there'll be more of it in the German aisle though.
Yeah, this is interesting because this location I've personally never been to. I've always went to the other location. And it might be the same at the other location, but usually there's no German stuff right when you walk in. It's in the German aisle usually. So this is cool. There's some more sauerkraut. I'm curious if all of this is gonna be bought because I don't know. I don't really need sauerkraut in my life.
Okay.
Then there is some Apfelschorle and some sparkling water by Gerolsteiner. Oops, my mask. And some German pickles. Which American and German pickles are very different. And I don't really like American style pickles, to be honest. They're not sweet enough. There's too much dill in there. So this is Japan. I didn't even read that.
Have you had those poke or poke? I don't know how to pronounce it.
Huh?
These. They're good. There's a Japanese girl in my my
no,
school
but we
used to
have
always.
those in Germany. They're called
Yeah?
Mikado.
Okay.
Except we don't have them with like, I'm assuming this
That's
was
the green tea, I
wasabi?
assume.
Oh, green tea, okay.
I guess it's green tea, probably not wasabi.
I don't know. I know there's like...
No, it's matcha.
Oh, matcha, okay. Wait, is it the same? Yeah,
Green
okay.
tea, yeah.
Yeah, we have those called Mikado
Okay.
with just regular chocolate.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks the same, so I'm assuming it's the same. You know what? A lot of people thought, a lot of my viewers said that they always thought that Haribo was Japanese, which I mean, maybe it just sounds Japanese.
It doesn't sound particularly German. I
Yeah,
didn't realize it
Haribo.
was German until I started learning German.
Right. I didn't even know that that was a misconception that people had. All right. What else is here? Oh, there is Korea right there. Okay, apparently this is what Korea looks like, guys. Do they have any decoration at the German aisle? Oh, like that. This is Thailand. Pretty cool. Okay, let's check out Mexico.
This is the type of harina, the type of flour that I use to make tortillas or my arepas sometimes.
Okay. Yeah, so they don't only have food, they also have certain cosmetic stuff and like household items and stuff like that.
All of this type of stuff you can get in the smaller like supermercados that they have that are like little Hispanic stores throughout town. I asked my coworkers today if they wanted me to get them anything and they said, nah, no, we can get everything closer.
Yeah. Let's find Europe. Ooh, there's Great Britain.
Oh, there's Germany.
Germany. Wait, is this the
Yeah.
actual? Where is the? Oh, okay. Here it is. We found it. Oh, there's Poland right next to us, so that really makes sense. That's very accurate. Okay, I'm gonna start filming. Let me show you the Germany aisle. Let's start here at the top of the aisle, and of course, it starts with the best of the best, a bunch of Haribo stuff. And I don't really miss Haribo at all. First of all, you can get it.
Do they have the what? Wine gums?
Which ones?
Wine gums.
Wine gums, yeah, they do. Do they have the Coca-Cola
I've seen them here before.
bottles? But see, I'm not even a big fan of all that stuff. I'm a chocolate person. Here they are.
I love gummy bears.
Yeah, I don't.
They're delicious.
Okay, here we got some mint. But most of this Lindt stuff you can get at the regular stores as well. Like you can just get this like Kroger or Target.
Yeah, a lot of it you can.
Especially Lindt.
You can't get mezzo mix.
Nope. Here we go, Spezi. This is the Coca-Cola company brand of Spezi, which I've mentioned before is Coca-Cola mixed with orange juice. And then they have Fanta. Fanta is actually by the Coca-Cola company, but it was invented in Germany. Just one? I'm sure there is. I mean, either it's super popular. take the last one.
I wonder if Northern Germans know Almdudler. Probably
Good
not, since
question.
it's from
I don't know.
Austria.
Is it Austrian? Or
It's Austrian,
Okay, I
yep.
kind of thought it was Swiss, but how would you describe it? Is it kind of like ginger ale or something?
Yeah, I think the closest thing would be ginger ale.
So we got some Schafskäse.
They have my deodorant from Germany.
Do you need to stock up on it?
This is the type of deodorant I always get in Germany.
The funny thing is that they have. Is this all they have? Because at the other location they have
They have
like
a
a
lot
whole shelf full of like I can't say it. Deodorants and other like cosmetic stuff. And the funny thing is, deodorants are a little bit different in the U.S. compared to Germany. In the U.S. they mostly have the ones that don't have the rolling ball. I don't even know how to describe them.
They're the soft, like, I don't even know what you would call it.
I don't know what you call it, but we have those in Germany too. They're just a lot less popular than the roll-on ones. And so like they sell the brand Fa, which I'm sure most Germans know, but I would never miss this. Like, I don't think I would go to the US and then be like, oh, you know what, I missed the brand Fa. So I'm interested as to why this is a product that they sell here. And like roll-on deodorants, I mean, you can live without them. What else did we have in here? There's just a bunch of like jars and pickled stuff. Ooh, and they have Malzbier, Karamalz.
Which is alcohol-free beer, right?
Not exactly.
Is it?
It's like, it is alcohol-free beer, but it's more like kids beer. So it's kind of like, I guess, like the German version of root beer.
Okay,
So
yeah.
it doesn't taste like beer at all. It does taste malty, but it's really sweet and nothing that I miss particularly. That we would drink it as kids and like pretend that it's beer, but I mean there's actual non-alcoholic beer by like beer breweries out there that actually tastes like beer, and this doesn't. This is really sweet.
I've never seen Kvak in the US.
Oh my god, I haven't either, but it just says soft cheese.
I wonder if it's actually Kvak.
Yeah, let's buy it and find out, because Kvak is not soft cheese. Kvak is more like a yogurt kind of thing, but it's like more dense, I guess, more like Greek yogurt, and I think it has less fat in most cases. And usually you can't find Kvak anywhere in the US, and I don't think the other location has this. What's the difference between the low fat?
Low fat and regular.
Okay, let me get the low fat, because that's like Maga Kvak probably.
Do you want to get one of both, or?
I'm just gonna get this and you get that, and then you don't want to.
I don't really eat Kvak.
Okay.
I just know it from Germany.
I'll try it and then see. I mean, how much is it? Ooh, it's $5 a pack. I'll just get one.
I think it's funny that they have German
Sparkling water? I mean, yeah, you can get sparkling water. In the US, it's not super popular, but...
Well, they have the glass bottles too.
Yeah, glass bottles, sparkling water, and the apple...
The sparkling apple's harder to find.
Spritzer. Do you say apple spritzer?
I guess so.
Apfelschorle. Sparkling apple is just what it says. I mean, I guess that's a way to phrase it too. Oh, and then we got Maika Würstchen. As if... See, it's just so random. Do German expats who live in the US really miss Maika Würstchen? Is that really... any German expats watching this, is that the first thing that you think of? Things that you miss? And the mini Winnie. Wait, how do you... Mini Winnie? Mini Winnie? Mini Winnie. There was I forget how to pronounce this, because there used to be a really annoying commercial. And there was a song. And now I can't think of how they said it. Ew!
I'm not gonna get these, because these don't look particularly good.
Ew! Why are they in a jar?
To preserve
it's
them.
in a jar.
Supposedly.
But they usually in the
They have
section.
one. Yeah, they have one. They have them normally over at the meat counter.
Yeah. And then this is just.
And the Leberkäse.
Ew! Wait. Wait, this looks like more like a paste.
Yeah.
How
no,
is
thank
this?
you.
It looks like pastete, like Leberpastete. Maybe they just translated it wrong.
I don't think so. I don't know.
Okay, let's walk away from all the fish stuff, because that's not what I'm here for. Oh, here's your Knödel.
Yeah, there are lots of different options.
Nockergrieß, Semmelknödel. So there's a bunch of like funny and muggy brands of like
I'm not gonna get it.
instant stuff.
But I am gonna get Kaiserschmarrn.
Ooh, Kaiserschmarrn, yes. Do they have the Dr. Oetker too? 'Cause
I think
they
so.
used to.
That's what we had last.
Ooh. Krebs. Moleküse. Kaiserschmarrn. Eierkuchen. Ooh. I kind of want to try this. I mean, I can just make this myself. But I didn't know there was like an Eierkuchen. So basically just Pfannkuchen mix. I might try this and see if it's any good. Because there's so much. This is going to be such a long vlog. It's paradise. It's paradise. I don't know. It's Quarkschmarrn is probably just like Kaiserschmarrn with more quark in it, so probably a little more soft or Kriespreis, the best. A bunch of cake mixes. Ooh, and a pretzel mix. Should we try that?
Sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah, kind of like I prefer just buying the frozen pretzels at Aldi. They're pretty good, honestly. Here, we got some mug cake. Got a bunch of Dr. Oetker products, which is cool. And we got pudding! So is pudding a pretty German thing? Is pudding not a thing in the US, really?
That doesn't look like pudding to me.
Yeah, so like here pudding is more like a more soft.
Yeah, it's like, for me it would be something that's soft in a bowl.
Yeah.
Like chocolate pudding, I don't know.
Exactly. Which is also pudding to me, but the typical Dr. Oetker pudding is this like, it's kind of like a mix of...
Is it more like Jell-O?
It's both. It's like pudding in the consistency of Jell-O.
Interesting.
Yeah, but it's a very, very traditional thing in Germany. It's like from the, I don't know, 1950s or so.
I didn't know that.
It was just a very popular product.
I'm wondering if it has something to do with like how the English use the word pudding, which is different than the way Americans do.
Oh.
If I'm correct, and I could be wrong, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that in the UK, pudding can also just mean dessert in general.
Okay.
So I'm wondering if it has something to do with that.
I don't know, but like to us, I mean, there is pudding that does not have this consistency, and then there's pudding that does have this, and it's mostly the Dr. Oetker
Doesn't
pudding.
look particularly appetizing to me, but...
I honestly, no, not to me either, but I think there's just a bunch of people who grew up with this, and like they would have the vanilla pudding and then chocolate sauce on top, or like hot strawberries or something like that.
Hence the strawberries.
And I think it's just, you know, it's just a flashback thing for them, like just a nostalgia thing.
Yeah, exactly, nostalgia.
Ooh. Okay. Just some baking stuff. Baking. Oh yeah, baking powder is different too.
German powder is different?
German baking powder and American baking powder. I don't usually bake, so I'm not the expert to talk about this. But I know it's different, and I think it just has like a different concentration or something like that.
Interesting.
So you need a different amount.
I tried to make an Ohio treat while I was in Germany. A Buckeye. Buckeye is the tree of Ohio, the Ohio state tree. And there's a dessert which is peanut butter balls that are then dipped in chocolate that then look like a Buckeye. And for the recipe I had, it called for vegetable shortening, and that doesn't exist in Germany.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
So I had to buy it on Amazon and get it sent to me.
Okay, yeah. And I think isn't
it's like lard essentially, but it's vegetable.
Okay.
It's Crisco is the big brand.
Never used it or seen it. I think flour just in general is different too, and I'm not sure about yeast, if yeast is any different. But I know like regarding baking, there's a bunch of products that have the same name but are a little bit different. And we got our Vanille, Zucker, Backobladen, really everything you need as a German. Ooh, and of course, Happy Hippo and Bueno. Ooh, Katzenzungen. Ooh, that's also a nostalgia thing. Waffeln. Oh my god. Oh, give me some. Oh my god, this is such a small bag and it costs how much does it cost? $3.50? But okay.
I don't know if I've ever had those.
These are life. You need to. I mean, do you like Kinderschokolade?
Yeah.
They're pretty much just that, just in ball form. Ooh, pretty much Prinzenrolle, but it has an American or English name. Prinzenrolle. Ooh, then we got Spekulatius. Ooh, we got Kartoffelpuffer. For those who missed that, Soßenbinder. Bunch of more Knödel. More, Black Forest noodles. And then a bunch of Knorr stuff. How do you say Knorr in English?
I say Knorr.
Is it-
Knorr?
How do
Knorr?
they say it? I think they say
Probably Knorr. Or would they
Knorr,
say?
yeah,
I don't think they'd say
Chinese
Knorr.
sandwich. I think it's how they say it in the commercials and stuff. Yeah, so there's just a bunch of, you know, instant soups. Ooh, sauce hollandaise. You know, just things that you need as a German. Do you guys have sauce hollandaise?
We have hollandaise sauce, but it's not super popular.
Yeah, it's super popular for us.
Especially with Schnabe.
Yeah,
On
no,
asparagus.
That's how we eat it.
Günstig.
Sure, guys. So, you know, when you move abroad and you live in the US so far away from home, the one thing that you really, really miss is gut und günstig. So gut und günstig is like the house brand of a very big German grocery store, Edeka. And it's the house brand. So why would they export that to the US to sell it here? Yeah, Edeka. That's so random. I've never seen that.
Yeah, that is super
I mean,
random.
it's not like they're known for having especially good jelly or something like that. Huh.
It's like we're going back and forth between sweet and savory and sweet.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot more here than at the other location, I have to say. So a bunch of honey, then we got more like muggy stuff. We got some brühe, some broth, instant broth. Ooh, and so this is something that I don't even know how to describe it, but Maggi-Würze is something that a lot of kids grew up with in the, I think, like 80s and 90s. And a lot of people would put that on top of everything, and I don't even know how to describe it. It's like, it kind of has like a broth flavor to it. I guess it's like kind of similar to soy sauce, but with a different flavor. Maybe like Germans can explain it in the comments below, because every German knows what this is, and we usually just refer to this as Maggi. Like, we just use the brand name as a synonym for this product. But I don't really miss that. So we got a bunch of just Edelmarzipan. Good stuff, guys. Marzipan. This is the brand for marzipan. Then some like Hustenbonbons, candy, and then a bunch of Kinder products, which are so good. Kinder is one of my favorites ever. I'm definitely gonna get some Bueno.
Disgusting.
Lakritz?
Lakritz
Black licorice?
is disgusting.
Yes, I agree. I don't like it at all. But I'm definitely gonna get some Bueno, which is only a cheap $1.70 per pack. Have you had Kinder cereal? Oh wait, what's it called? I forget the German names for products.
I don't know.
I forget what it's called. Sorry, Germans. Yes, I'm one of those people who forgets vocab stuff. Look at this. This is my chocobons and Bueno.
I'm not happy with American
That's so weird.
cough drops.
The only thing that I have to say though, American cough drops do not have this flavor.
I don't know that flavor.
Yeah, it's Salbei. How do you say this in English?
Salvia.
Salvia?
I'd say, but I don't know what it is.
So I'm actually gonna get some because it's really healthy, and it's my it's my go-to cough drop flavor when I'm in Germany, but they don't have it in the U.S. for some reason.
I think one of my coworkers had these in their desk.
It's like for little kids.
Yeah. And I had a little bit of a cough, so they gave me one of those.
It's funny. Then we got Katjes. Ooh, Erfrischungsstäbchen. Do you remember?
Ew, I hate those. Those are disgusting.
Yeah,
They
I think
explode in your mouth.
all Americans hated these because I had them at my birthday last time. And they're just like chocolate sticks, and they're filled with this liquid that is flavored either in orange or lemon flavor, and it's sweet and cold, so they're called refreshment sticks. And it's also just like a German cold thing. Got some
The word is
Merci,
disgusting.
Mozartkugeln, Schogetten. Woo! And then of course Milka, which seems like there's a bunch of stuff sold out.
Yeah.
Seems to be the most
I wonder if with
popular thing.
coronavirus they're having trouble keeping things stocked.
that's very likely. Well, bunch of
I'm gonna
Milka.
get some Milka.
Yeah, do it. It's the best. Oh, yogurt.
That's
See,
what I was gonna
Like, we just have yogurt flavor for a lot of things in Germany, for chocolate, for ice cream, like gelato. It's not really a thing in the US to have yogurt as a flavor. And I don't understand why, because it's so good. And we got some cake stuff and waffles and Duplo. Woo! You know Duplo?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm gonna get some. Oh, it's only a cheap $7.
Are you serious?
No, I'm not sure if I should get some.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get any.
$7? This is actually a decent deal. $7 for a whole.
Yeah, Mannerwaffeln. I think they're not actually. I mean, they're from Vienna. As
Yeah,
what
they're
it says,
awesome.
so they're not actually German.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get those.
Yes.
Man, I'm stocking up on all these sweets.
Okay, I'm gonna go over to the other side again and show all the mustards.
Oh yes, I need to get this.
There's so much. Okay, so we got some horseradish. Is the yellow der scharfe oder mittelscharfe Senf? Wie sagt man da auf Englisch? Spicy mustard?
I guess so.
Middle spicy mustard?
I guess so. I don't know. That's weird. I'm not a big mustard eater, so I don't know.
Yeah, so we got one's
But I'm-
mittelscharfer Senf, and then of course Bavarian sweet mustard, and we got different
What's
brands.
the difference between just the regular sweet mustard and bayerischer Senf?
I have no idea. Oh, this one has zubereitet mit feinem Meerrettich, so it has Meerrettich in it.
Okay.
I've never seen this in Germany before
that's
with
kinda
Meerrettich. I would
And
just
this is
get the
also
regular
very
one.
common in Germany to get them
Yeah.
in these type of little sleeves,
Yep.
if you will.
Yeah,
Or
I
tubes.
like, especially the not the sweet mustard. For me, is like it's more typical to get the spicy mustard in the tubes
Okay.
rather than the sweet.
the
I don't know why. Sweet mustard with pretzels and white sausages, Weißwürste. Every Bavarian's gonna hate me, Weißwürste. I said Weißwürste.
I know. I'm not influenced.
And Hefeweizen. That's a Bavarian Weißwurstfrühstück. And I said it again.
Wurst.
It's difficult to switch. I would never say Wurst when I'm in Munich. I would always.
Wurst.
I never say Wurst. Yeah, I always say Wurst.
Das ist mir wurscht.
Yeah, I don't even know where this is coming from.
Yeah,
We got
Wurst
some
really.
Tomatenmark, which I mean you can get this in the US, I think.
Again, guten günstig.
Why? I mean they must have some kind of deal. Oh,
Yeah.
and then this, of course, Gewürzketchup.
But they don't have any
the curry ketchup, and
Yeah.
that must be sold out because I'm sure that's usually here. Curry
Yeah, curry
ketchup
ketchup.
is a very popular thing in Germany as well that Americans don't know about.
Zigeuner?
Zigeunersoße. I mean, they're about to rename that because it's not politically correct. And then a bunch of vinegar, which I'm not quite sure why. I mean, German seasoned vinegar. I would say you can get vinegar in all kinds of flavors and forms in the US as well. So, not quite sure why that's needed. But then we're here back with like all the
Asparagus. The white asparagus.
asparagus. I mean, I'd rather get some fresh asparagus in the US rather than pickled ones. Silberzwiebeln! Woo!
I've never seen those before.
Oh, they're so good. I mean, so we always have Silberzwiebeln when we eat raclette. Do you know
Okay.
about raclette?
Yeah.
So we usually have these, and then we have the mini corn cobs. Have you seen those?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see those a lot in Asian restaurants here.
And when Germans eat raclette. Or maybe it's just my family, I'm not even sure about that. And here we are again with a bunch of pickles, German-style
So
pickles.
there's a specific pickle that you really like, right? That you don't normally
No,
get
I
here?
like all all the German ones are the same. I mean, cornichons are very popular, but they're all like, except if you buy dill pickles in Germany, all the other ones are like
Very
more
different?
sweet than the American standard. Just the German standard is so different with that.
Okay.
So here's just a bunch of Balsen. Ooh, yes. So I don't know if you guys saw that on my Instagram story, but Aldi for Oktoberfest had like a bunch of German products, and some of those products that I bought a bunch of were these kind of cookies. And then, and then these. Well, yeah.
This isn't
these
a
waffle
normal
thingies.
Leibniz cookie, is it? It doesn't look
It's
like
a
it.
Vollkorn,
Yeah.
it's the healthy version.
No, thank you.
I think that's the
Oh,
regular
yeah, there's
butter biscuit buttercakes. But yeah, these so good. And then like all of these cookies, every German just knows, because when we have Kaffee und Kuchen, coffee and cake, which is like this typical thing in Germany, kind of like the German version of tea time, a bunch of people just have these Balsen cookies at home, and you just know all of these. Like I look at them and I know exactly, I have the flavor in my mouth because I just know them so well.
Is there a specific time that Kaffee and Kuchen is. Isn't it normally around 3?
I'd
Or
say
no?
like a
Three or four?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe if there is like, you know, a knigge thing about that it has to be at a certain time, let me know, guys, because I don't actually know. I'd say like 3 or 4, yeah. Move on to all the bread, the rye bread, or how do you say?
I don't even know. I guess rye bread, yeah. Just really dense bread.
Yeah, Schwarzbrot is what we say, which I don't really miss that much. You can get it at stores, so I mean, I'll eat it, but it's not like that's one thing that I really miss.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's more Zwieback. So this is what it looks like.
Okay. Which is this too.
Yeah, so that's the main brand.
Okay. Yeah, it just looks like really, really dry.
Exactly, and it's super crunchy. Like,
Yeah.
you can hear someone chew on it.
Yeah.
Okay, and then coffee. And like, I'm not a coffee drinker, but I hear that the reason why they sell a bunch of German coffee here is that apparently to Germans it makes a big difference. Like apparently American coffee is not as good as German coffee, which is surprising to me because America is so much closer to South America.
I know the Dallmayr brand because that's at my office in Germany. They have like the various machines, like the vending machines, and they have Dallmayr.
Yeah. So we got Dallmayr, Gala, Jacobs, Chibo. Chibo brand. So yeah, if you're a German living in the US and you miss Chibo coffee, then you can come here and you can get some Chibo. And then there's some tea here. Some Teekanne. Yeah, which I also found that Germans have a bigger variety of tea flavors.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Like
I mean,
all these
you
like
have to go to a
mixed
specialty
flavors.
store here, I think,
And it's really expensive in the US. Even at Kroger just getting regular tea, whereas in Germany it's really cheap.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Well, maybe that's interesting for your viewers too. In general, the grocery store is a lot cheaper in Germany than it is here. I think I don't know if items are just subsidized or why there's a difference, but it's definitely cheaper in Germany to go grocery shopping.
Yeah. All groceries, like produce, meat, everything. And I'm probably gonna get some of this. Ooh, and maybe Kamina mit süßem Marzipangeschmack, but it's so expensive though. But I mean.
Click like and subscribe.
Oh gosh, okay, here we go. Schokobananen.
It's kind of gross.
They are gross. I don't even
I
know.
like the freshly dipped.
Yeah, but they're not like that at all. They're like, it's more like artificial banana flavor with chocolate, and it has like a.
Does it have a banana consistency?
No, it has like a jelly consistency more. I mean, kind of like banana when it's older and then compressed or something.
Doesn't sound appetizing.
So yeah, I don't even know why we would eat that. But then we got Marzipankartoffeln. How do you say marzipan?
Marzipan.
Marzipan potatoes, which are super typical for Christmas time. And I would always get these from my mom. But I'm not gonna get any because they have a lot of calories and they're so good that I'm gonna eat them all at once. So
Look at what I've got. 3 things of Milka. I think of the Mana, Kaiserschmarrn, I don't know those. And then a whole bunch of Almdudler and Senf.
It's just, if you ate all of this together, it would be a great meal. Just like, you could eat your Kaiserschmarrn with your Senf.
Ew.
Not you, but I can film you too. Okay, so we're going to the cheese. We're lost. We're looking for the cheese and we can't find it, even though we have a map. Which way, Josh?
I think that way.
Okay, let's see if that's right. I guess this is the candy department. So now we're in the cheese section, and there is different categories. There's American cheese, and there is flavored cheddars, England, Australia, Ireland, and then woo, Germany. Butterkäse. Gibt's fraiche.
Kein was?
Creme fraiche. Das,
Hab ich nie gesehen.
es ist ein bisschen ähnlich wie Sour Cream, aber ein bisschen anders.
Kenn ich nicht.
Also besser eigentlich als Sour Cream. Fondue von Emmy. Ist auch geil. Aber nee, lieber nicht. Ich esse das sonst wieder alles. Leberkäse, Leberkas, aber nur in Scheiben. Aber besser als nichts, also für die Fleischesser. Aber wir haben leider immer noch keine Weißwürste gefunden, obwohl es eigentlich immer welche gab, aber wir waren auch immer bei der anderen Location.
Wolltest du auf Deutsch sagen oder Englisch?
Ich wollte es auf Englisch sagen. Egal, es kommen einfach Untertitel hin. So now we're in the German beer section, which is the most important section in the entire store, I would say. So there is so much German beer you can get here. You can get little barrels, you can get 6-packs. So here is some by Stefana, and of course my favorite, Augustina from Munich, which I'm definitely gonna get some, and I'm just gonna show you the whole selection.
Edelstoff ist das Film, wo wir gekauft haben, oder? Das ist das Helle.
Es gibt,
Oder so
ja,
ähnlich wie Helles.
es gibt nur Edelstoff und Export hier. Es gibt gar nicht das normale. Akapschor.
Du mein Weißbierglas, ne?
Ja. Ich habe jetzt auch eins.
Hast du?
Mir hat einer eins geschenkt, ein Paulaner-Glas. Also mir hat einer eins
Ah, ja?
zugeschickt. Warsteiner, Krombacher, Erdinger Weißbier. This is a big recommendation for all Hefeweizen drinkers, Erdinger Weißbier, which is also from close to Munich. Then we got our
I used to always,
Hofbräu.
when I worked in Germany, I used to always eat lunch at their cafeteria for their workers.
Because it's super close.
It's
to
right
where-
around the
yeah.
corner from where I work. No, this is disgusting.
Never
Have you
had
had
it.
Eisbach?
Nope.
Eisbach?
Nope. Doesn't look like something I want to try.
It's not good.
We got Radeberger. Andexer is something that is definitely good. There is so much here. Jever is very popular in northern Germany. Then we got Schneiderweisse, also from Bavaria. And one beer that I really like is Andex from Kloster Andex, which is what's Kloster again in English?
Shoot. Like a convent?
With monks.
Oh, the monks go to a monastery.
Monastery. So it's a monastery a little bit south of Munich by the Starnberger See. Recommend. We got some Becks, which I don't really like, but it's a very, very popular German beer. We got Radler, Stiegelradler from Austria, which is lager mixed with lemon
Oh, they
soda.
have the Zitrone.
Yeah, the regular. It's just the regular flavor.
That's tempting.
But you could also just mix it yourself. They got some more flavors, grapefruit, Schäferhofer, which is like they have their Hefeweizen mixed with other flavors. So I definitely have to get some Augustina, which one's which?
This is the Edelstoff.
So the Edelstoff is
This is
$13
called Maxi
and the other is $14, but they don't have the regular lager that you can get in Germany because they only have certain export brands, but it's still better than nothing, and they only sell it in 0.3 liter bottles, which like in Germany you usually get it in 0.5 liter, so half a liter. But it's still better than nothing, and it's really expensive. And this is the Edelstoff, which you can get this one in Germany too. You can't get the other one, I don't think. So I'm gonna get the Edelstoff, and I think that's it with our shopping trip, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much, because we
Besides
got
checking out.
yeah, we got our stuff, we got our beer, we got our candy,
We're
our
stocked
our Kaiserschmarrn
Or bananas.
mix. So we're back in the car. It's dark now outside, and we're pretty exhausted because it's just such a big store.
Marathon.
And it's so overwhelming. There's just so much to see and to check out, and you don't want to miss out on something. You're always like, oh, maybe something cool's here, maybe something cool's here. And we paid a lot of money. Every time we go here, we only get a really small amount of stuff, and it's super expensive. I pay like $60 something.
I paid about the same, yeah.
Yeah, but I've been here before, and I only got like half a cart full of stuff, and it was like 90 or $100. But it's just only a thing that you do every now and then to like treat yourself, get some good beer. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the vlog. Let us know what you think about the products, about the store. Do you have something similar where you live? Because I think it's pretty special, not only in the Midwest, but in the US in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, subscribe, like, comment, follow me on social media, and I hope I'll see you next time. Tschüss!
Ciao!